Another question I get a lot, and I just got recently, so go ahead and knock this out real quick. Everything I know about CAJI or whatever. Um, CAJI, my first run-ins or even hearing about CAJI was, of course, through Cooper's broadcast, and I never even really thought too much into the whole thing at first. And then, of course, we all know that CAJI, they turned into like a news service and everything else, and everything like that. We all know now what CAJI became. Well, not necessarily now, but we all know what CAJI was or whatever. If you're a fan of Cooper, especially if you're here on the My Take channel, you already know. I don't really have to explain to you what CAJI is because you already know. But a lot of you have been asking me about what do I know about them now. My first run in with something because on my original Bill Cooper page. I Oh yeah, let me talk about this real quick. There are gonna be a couple pages on Facebook that I created, but I can't get on. They're gonna be there. You might even see some Bill Cooper groups. These are pages in the name of Bill Cooper. And you might even see some groups and stuff that I was once a part of, or some that I even myself created, but I can't get back on because whatever account I was on at the time was terminated or whatever. So that's the reason why some of my pages are stuck and some of my groups are being taken over by like things by people going into a whole different direction. And this is going to lead up to CAJI. It actually has something to do with it. I have no uh, I have so many links and videos with what groups I used to be a part of, so it's hard for me to erase everything because I don't know because so many videos. So I'll just tell you now that I only have one Bill Cooper group that I am actually in. Well, actually, there's two, but the main one that I have control of and everything like that is on the Bill Cooper 2020 Facebook page. Then there's another group called The Real Bill Cooper Exposing the New World Order. And I called it that because there's some other group going around using that same group name. And they're promoting all of their alien propaganda and, just using Cooper's name to get people to go into the group, but not teaching not a thing about what he was teaching about. I mean, some of these people make groups with putting Jordan Maxwell and Art Bell and Bill Cooper and the same thing, and then putting all of their, so you can get like basically like a fan groups of all three of them, and then you get in a lot of these groups, and they're not even on the subjects, and they don't even nothing relates to any of it. It's just like a bunch of stupid stuff, and like I don't understand why people make groups and then that don't do anything that has anything to do with the group. But this Bill Cooper group did just that. And when I started posting in this group the things that Bill Cooper actually taught, of course, one of the admin got mad and was saying that I'm preaching my religion and doing this whatever because basically that's what they do. They use Cooper's name to make it seem as if they are some kind of truthers behind the scenes, and they're exposing the Illuminati New World Order. That's the whole reason why they use his name. But they don't really know what he taught, and they don't really um, and they don't put it in the groups because they don't know what he taught. They didn't listen to him. Like I said, they're just using the name. But anyway, so I only have those two groups that I just told you about. Now, when I first made my original Bill Cooper Facebook page, like I think it was like 7 years ago. I'm not even sure. I can't get on anymore. Um, when I first made that, I made a group, and I came across. Well, first I came across this guy who had a YouTube channel, and his YouTube channel was called CAJI Director. And I was just like, doing what I'm doing now, uploading Cooper work and, doing all of these things, uploading, just doing what I'm doing now. And he basically got in contact with me. And he is actually the sole owner. Well, this is what he claims. That, and I actually think that I've checked out his story with a couple other people, a couple other sources, and I actually believe his story now. At first I didn't, but So he got I guess wind of what I was doing and everything like that, and he didn't even get mad or anything and start doing anything like that. He was happy about it, talking to me about it. If you know that New World Order, Anthony Hilder's song, there's like a video of it that a real good one. I got this from his channel. It's like a slideshow of that video. I mean of that audio of that song. And I got it from his channel. I just so we ended up, getting talking and discussing, and he was just telling me things, and he apparently, which this actually checks out to be true, he is the sole owner. He owns the name of the CAJI, uh, I guess trademark, copyright, or whatever, and like he was inherited or something through some guy, through his not some guy, through his family, his grandfather or something like that, and he is actually the sole owner of the CAJI name. And when I first met him, he told me how he was in Arizona and how he's living in the woods, and I know this sounds crazy, but I meet a lot of people, and I can check out their stories now if it's legit or not. And he's basically told me how he, survives in the woods, lives in a tent, only has his phone, and, but he has the um rights to the name. Now, I'm not trying to be mean when I say this next part, but I think this guy has some kind of um like not mental some kind of maybe personality disorder, maybe, I guess you can put it like that. I'm not picking on him or anybody who has this. I'm just telling you my experience and my story with this guy. um so he is a kind of little, that. And I made a group from my original page that's been taken over now, and I can't even get in anymore to, whatever. And he was fine with it because I made a group, and it was like perfectly fine, and everything. But then as the group got bigger and things, I wanted to change the name of the group. So I decided, because a lot of people were asking me about what happened to CAJI and whatever, whatever. But I mean, well, to answer that question too, we can all be CAJI. We don't have to like get together and meet. We can do that, all that stuff on the internet. We can be CAJI because people want to talk about like a new age. We can do different name and have that affiliated with it, which I think I'm gonna do and make another group with. But we don't have to necessarily find them or whatever, even though they are out there. I talked to a couple, and I used to be friends on my other account with a couple of them too. But what was that in the story? He was in the woods. He said, trying to think what happened next. What did I say? I made the group, fine with it, and then oh yeah, so the group got bigger, and I just wanted to be creative and change the name. So I put CAJI, or the forgot what I put, but I know it had CAJI in it, the name or whatever. But I think it was too close to the name that he actually owned, which is the actual name of CAJI. So this dude flipped out on me and started saying how he's the only one who has the rights to it and nobody else can use it, and he got it through his granddad, and he's gonna sue me, and all of this stuff. So respectfully, of course, I'm going to remove the name or try to fix the name of a group or something that somebody tells me something like that. But there's this thing on Facebook, when you do that in a group, you can't change the name immediately back. So I kept trying to change it, but this whole time he was flipping out. But I still was letting him stay in the group, but he just started getting out of hand and doing all these other things. So I kicked him out of the group and all that stuff, and then I blocked him. And then so it was a break from him for a little bit. And then I started running into people, or a couple people contacted me on my old account saying they were from CAJI and everything, and that there are still a couple of them around, or whatever, but and things like that. But they didn't tell me anything like, they're still going strong, or whatever. I didn't even really ask because, we can start our own stuff. But So, or a new, rebirth that old program with a new, like a new spirit or whatever. So, the new age. No, I'm just playing. What was that again? Okay, people contact me. They were saying that they're still around. Okay. Trying to make sure I covered everything because I know I'm gonna stop recording. I'm gonna end up saying something that I really wanted to say. I'll probably just put it in the description box though if I really, really can't think about it. Okay, yeah. So they were, yeah. So the ones who did reach out to me told me that they like what I was doing. Keep it up. They're still around. Things like that. Um. So then there was a gap between me and that guy, and then my all my pages got terminated, my accounts and everything. So basically, I did new accounts, I did new channels, and everything like that. And I honestly don't think that this guy remembers remembers who I was, because then we ended up in a Bill Cooper group together, and I was posting all the same stuff, doing different same stuff, but I mean different stuff, but putting stuff from my the original channel, sharing things. Basically, what I was doing when we first met each other. But I honestly believe, by the way that he sent the friend request and started talking to me and everything, that he had no clue at all that I was the same guy that he encountered between that gap that we had. But oh yeah, so then he starts contacting me and saying, "Yeah, man, you're doing real inspirational things." I had a frown on my face in my profile picture, so he was like, "We got to find some way, man, to turn that frown upside down, and because you're doing good things, man, we're gonna make it." And then he went off into some weird stuff, saying that he was like the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. I know this sounds crazy. I'm not playing though, and I'm not trying to be funny, but this is what the man said. Sent me a recording on Messenger, like right after I sent the friend request, and they sent me a couple of recordings asking why I wasn't getting up with him or whatever like that. I thought it was kind of creepy, but I already knew that he had this some kind of personality disorder, so I just stayed friends with him. Then one of the somebody who's been on my YouTube channel for a very long time, or like been listening, and then I ended up being a friend with or whatever on Facebook. They contacted me and asked me, did I know anything about the CAJI member guy, like what had happened to him or anything like that, or have I heard from him at all? And I had just heard from him, like, I think like maybe 2 weeks before this person asked me that question. And I said, yeah, just recently. So then a little bit more time went by. And I think I got curious because I went to contact him to check, or maybe the guy contacted me. I can't remember. But all I know is that I ended up talking to the guy, and the guy said that our mutual friend said that this person met us in a Cooper group too. What did he say? He said basically the same thing. He told me how his encounter with him, how he met him, and everything like that. And then he said all of a sudden the guy stopped. He said that the guy was in the process of making a Hour of the Time 2 podcast, or turn it into some kind of podcast or something like that. So that's what he was talking to him about, or something like that. And I knew that, and actually he did. I mean, he did it. Like, I've heard the podcast. I can't remember if I can find. If I do find it, I'll put it in the description box. But so yeah, he had that podcast, and then I was like, well, oh yeah. So I guess the guy stopped hearing from him. So the guy, our mutual friend, contacted me and asked him, did I hear from him? I was like, no, I ain't heard from him or whatever. Or I said, yeah, I just heard from him like 2 weeks ago. So, oh yeah, I already said this part. So, a little time goes by, he asked me again. So, I ended up getting curious and ended up contacting trying to contact the CAJI director guy directly, and usually he always responds. Usually, and I'm not trying to raise any panic or nothing, but I just think it's very suspicious. And he contacts me very, right away, or he be quick. He's ready to collaborate and do something together. I mean, I went to a MeWe, and then he went to MeWe, like it. So it was very weird to me that he didn't respond or whatever. But I know, but sometimes that happens. People lose their phone, they whatever. But this was like months and months and months ago, and I still and I asked the, oh no, I can't ask the guy because my account is terminated. That I was on. I don't even remember who told me that, John. Oh dang. But yeah, still haven't heard anything. A lot of time went by. Still didn't hear anything from that. And I'm pretty sure the person, even though I didn't hear anything, I would have heard something by now because the person would have contacted me on my YouTube channel or my whatever to say, where I found him or whatever, or my email, the Cooper email address thing. But nothing. So I thought that was kind of weird. But as far as what I know about CAJI is that they are, oh yeah, he said that the other guy asked me about how Cooper said CAJI members have infiltrated groups, and do I know anything about that? Yeah, I do know about that. But these people are people who I've heard Cooper say are nameless, and they want to remain that way. So even if the infiltrators or whatever, so that's not even. Nobody's gonna be able to really find that out. I highly doubt it. They could be back together. They could be off grid planning. They could be doing anything, but that's basically my CAJI wrap up. Oh yeah, if you don't know what CAJI is, it's Citizens Intelligence. Hold up, CAJI. Citizens Agency for Joint Intelligence, I believe. If not, then it doesn't matter. Y'all know. Again, I'm tired, but I put a couple of links to things if I did say it wrong, but I spelled it wrong, whatever. What else was I asked about that? All right. Oh yeah, if you are a CAJI member and you do know something and you want to contact me, let me know something that's up. The email address is Bill Cooper, HOTT, and then the number 4 ever at gmail.com. I'm pretty sure. Let me put a link of that email somewhere. I think I'm gonna do that. Put it in here. Yeah, I'll put it in the description box too. So I probably gotta go back and listen to this and put a couple things in the description box. I hate when I'm in the recording, I forget things, but that's how it goes. I'm gonna start recording like that. I'm gonna like, so I had a good point to make. All right, that's about as much as I know about CAJI. If you know anything else, or you have any material, any pictures, rare pictures, not just CAJI, but anything. If you guys have rare stuff of Cooper, send it to the email address that I have that I'm about to put in the description box. Send me whatever you think nobody has, whatever you think videos, whatever. Just send me everything that you can send me that you think might be relevant, or you think I could, do something with and create it into something else, or mix it up with somebody else's video, or merge it. Anything and things like that. Well, I have years left of work that I can keep doing because of what Cooper has left behind, if anything else would help, especially the rare and newer things that surface, because a lot of people like to see that stuff, and I like to see it too, especially 'cause I've seen a lot of stuff, and somebody's life, there's still so much more. You know what I mean? All right, peace out.